The roar of engines shattered the lazy afternoon peace in Willow Creek Park, like thunder ripping through a dream. Alex Rivera froze on the weathered bench, his heart slamming against his ribs as the pack of bikers circled closer, their leather vests creaking with menace. Laughter exploded from them, crude and cutting, aimed straight at the rainbow pin glinting on his backpack, the one he'd finally pinned there after years of silence. In that split second, as their jeers echoed off the ancient oaks, Alex felt the old familiar shame coil in his gut, but something fiercer ignited too, a spark of unyielding fire he'd nurtured in secret. Willow Creek, this sleepy Midwest town where cornfields stretched endless under endless skies, had always been a place of hidden truths for Alex. Born to a strict Catholic family in the shadow of the old steel mill, he'd learned early to bury his feelings deep, like the rusted relics buried under the park's soil. At 22, with his lithe frame and hazel eyes that seemed to hold the weight of unspoken storms, Alex was the quiet barista at the corner cafe, sketching dreams in his notebook during slow shifts. Dreams of a life where love wasn't a whispered apology, but a bold declaration. But today, that pen was his declaration, a small act of rebellion after coming out to his sister, Maria, just weeks ago. She'd hugged him tight in their family's cramped kitchen, tears in her eyes, whispering, "You're brave, Mijo, braver than any of us." Yet here, under the watchful gaze of the park's faded gazebo, bravery felt like a fragile shield against the storm rolling in on chrome and exhaust. The lead biker, a hulking man named Buck Harlan with a salt and pepper beard and tattoos snaking up his arms like angry vines, killed his engine and swung off his Harley with a swagger that owned the ground. His crew, 5 rough-edged men in their 30s and 40s, faces weathered by road dust and hard living, followed suit, their bikes forming an iron wall around the bench. "Well, looky here, boys," Buck drawled, his voice gravelly from years of cigarettes and shouts over engines. "Little fairy boy thinks he's in the big leagues with that glitter on his back." The laughter swelled again, a tidal wave crashing over Alex. One of them, a wiry guy with a scar across his cheek called Rusty, spat on the grass. "Go back to your tea parties, kid. This ain't no rainbow parade." Alex's hands trembled as he gripped the edge of the bench, the wood biting into his palms. He could taste the bile rising, the memories flooding back. High school lockers slammed in his face, whispers in the hallways, his father's disappointed silence when he found the hidden magazine under Alex's bed. But he wouldn't run. Not this time. Instead, Alex lifted his chin, his voice steady despite the quake inside. "Just enjoying the park, gentlemen. No harm in that." It was a small defiance, but it hung in the air like smoke, drawing their ire sharper. Buck stepped closer, towering over him, his breath reeking of beer. "Enjoying it? With that pansy shit? You're asking for trouble, boy." The others murmured agreement, closing in, their shadows swallowing the sunlight on Alex's face. He glanced around. The park was empty save for a distant jogger vanishing behind the hill. No one to hear, no one to help. But Alex wasn't alone, not really. In his pocket, his phone buzzed softly, a text from Jordan. "On my way. Hold on." Jordan Hale, the man who'd stumbled into his life 3 months ago like a summer storm, all warm smiles and unapologetic strength. Jordan, with his easy laugh and the way he traced Alex's scars, emotional ones, with gentle fingers, had been the first to make Alex believe in more than survival. They'd met at a quiet pride event in the city an hour away, where Jordan, a mechanic from the edge of town with smooth brown skin and curls that begged to be touched, had offered Alex a ride home on his old pickup. What started as shared glances over coffee evolved into stolen kisses under starlit fields, whispered promises in the dark. Jordan had his own battles. Disowned by his conservative family after coming out at 19, he'd built a life fixing bikes for folks who barely tolerated him. Yet his love for Alex was fierce, an anchor in the chaos. And now, as the bikers loomed, Alex clung to that thought, his mind racing for a way out, not with fists, but with the quiet cunning he'd honed from years of navigating a world that wanted him invisible. "Leave him be." A voice cut through suddenly, low and commanding. Jordan emerged from the path, his leather jacket slung over one shoulder, toolbox in hand from a nearby job. His dark eyes flashed with protective fire as he strode forward, positioning himself between Alex and the pack. The bikers turned, sizing him up, but Jordan didn't flinch. "Park's open to everyone, even you louts." Buck sneered. "Another one? Great, a matching set of queers." The jeers reignited, but Alex saw the flicker in Jordan's jaw. The restraint, the calculation. Jordan wasn't one for brawls. He'd seen too many end badly. Instead, he met Buck's gaze evenly. "Funny how tough you all are on a kid half your size. Real American heroes." The taunt landed, and the bikers shifted uneasily, but Rusty lunged forward. "Watch your mouth, grease monkey." Jordan sidestepped smoothly, his voice dropping to a dangerous calm. "I fix bikes like yours for a living. Know every weak spot. But I'm not here for that. Just walk away." Alex's heart pounded as he stood, slipping his hand into Jordan's for a brief, electric moment. The contact grounded him, a silent vow. But the bikers weren't done. Buck shoved Jordan's shoulder, testing. "Or what? You gonna cry to your boyfriend?" In that moment, Alex's mind clicked into overdrive. He remembered the stories Jordan told of his shop, the custom Harleys he'd built for rough crowds, the respect he'd earned through skill alone. And suddenly, an idea bloomed, silent, sharp, and shaming. While the tension crackled, Alex subtly pulled out his phone, thumbing the record button under the guise of steadying himself. He angled it discreetly, capturing every word, every sneer, the license plates gleaming on their bikes in the sun. The confrontation dragged on, words flying like sparks from flint. Jordan parried with wit, calling out their bluster, while Alex fed him glances that said, "Trust me." The bikers grew louder, more aggressive, but something in Jordan's unyielding stance, broad shoulders squared, eyes like polished obsidian, made them hesitate. Finally, Buck spat a final curse and waved his crew back to their machines. "Ain't worth the dirt," he growled, revving up as they peeled out, dust clouding the air like a defeated sigh. As the roar faded, Jordan turned to Alex, concern etching his face. "You okay?" Alex nodded, but his eyes sparkled with something new, triumph. "Better than okay. Come on, I've got a plan." They walked hand in hand through the park's winding paths, the incident replaying in Alex's mind like a film reel. Willow Creek wasn't Chicago or New York. It was a place where change came slow, like molasses in winter. Folks here clung to traditions, the Friday night football games, the church potlucks, the unspoken rules about who belonged. Alex had grown up idolizing the open road from his uncle's old motorcycle magazines, dreaming of freedom beyond the town's borders. But reality had grounded him. His mother's frail health, his part-time job barely covering rent in the tiny apartment above the cafe. Jordan squeezed his hand. "What are you thinking? Those guys. They could have turned ugly." Alex smiled faintly, the first real one since the bikes arrived. "They did turn ugly, and I caught it all." He showed Jordan the video, crystal clear audio of slurs, visuals of threats, even the plates. "I'm sending this to the local news. Anonymously. Let the town see what their tough guys are really like." Jordan's eyebrows shot up, admiration warming his gaze. "Silent fight back? You're a genius, you know that." He pulled Alex close under the shade of a willow tree, their lips meeting in a kiss that tasted of relief and deepening love. The world narrowed to that moment. The rustle of leaves, the distant call of a cardinal, the steady beat of two hearts aligning. But as they broke apart, Alex felt the weight of what came next. Exposing the bikers meant ripples, retaliation, whispers, maybe even danger. Yet in Jordan's arms, fear felt smaller, surmountable. That night, over homemade tacos in Alex's apartment, they watched the sunset paint the sky in hues of pink and gold, mirroring the courage blooming in Alex's chest. Word spread faster than wildfire the next day. The news clip aired at 6, a grainy but damning segment. Local bikers harass youth in park. Video exposes hate. The reporter, a sharp-eyed woman named Lena Torres from the Willow Creek Gazette, condemned the act without naming names, but the plates were clear enough for locals to connect dots. Buck Harlan's crew, known around town as the Iron Wolves, suddenly found their usual haunts awkward. Customers at the dive bar shied away. A few even confronted them outright. Alex watched from afar, heart racing with a mix of vindication and nerves. At the cafe, regulars murmured, some shooting him sympathetic glances, others avoiding his eyes. Maria called, voice bubbling with pride. You did good, Alex. Real good. But Jordan, ever the protector, insisted on walking him home each evening, his presence a shield against the unknown. As days turned to weeks, the romance between them deepened like roots in fertile soil. Jordan taught Alex to ride a bike, not the roaring kind, but a vintage Schwinn from his shop, pedaling through back roads lined with wildflowers. Freedom's not just escaping, Jordan said one golden evening, wind whipping their hair. It's claiming your space. Alex laughed, the sound free and light, as they raced toward the horizon. Yet tension simmered. Whispers reached Alex. The Iron Wolves were pissed, plotting payback. One night, as shadows lengthened, a lone figure waited outside the cafe, rusty, eyes narrowed. You think you're smart, kid? Stirring shit up? Alex's pulse thundered, but he held his ground, phone ready again. Just standing up for myself. Try it sometime. Rusty backed off, muttering, but the threat lingered. Jordan, sensing the storm, proposed they face it together. Let's go to that pride rally in the city. Show him we're not hiding. Alex agreed, the idea igniting hope. The rally was a whirlwind of colors and chants, hands held high under city lights. There, amidst the crowd, Alex felt truly seen, loved, not just by Jordan, but by a community that echoed his silent strength. Back in Willow Creek, the tide shifted subtly. A town hall meeting erupted over the video, voices clashing like cymbals. Buck stood defiant, but cracks showed. One of his own crew, a quiet giant named Theo, admitted the shame gnawed at him. Ain't right, what we did. Theo grumbled publicly, sparking murmurs of agreement. The Iron Wolves fractured, their leader isolated in his bluster. In the quiet aftermath, Alex and Jordan built their life brick by brick. Alex started a local support group for LGBTQ youth, his voice no longer a whisper. Jordan customized a bike for Alex, a sleek cruiser symbolizing their journey. And on a crisp autumn day in the park, under the same oaks that witnessed the mockery, they exchanged rings, simple bands etched with silent strength. The bikers? Buck slunk away to another town, his pack dissolved in regret. Alex never gloated. Instead, he pitied the emptiness that fueled their hate. In the end, love's quiet revolution left no room for shame but their own. As winter blanketed Willow Creek in soft white, Alex and Jordan's bond grew unbreakable, a testament to resilience forged in fire. The park, once a site of humiliation, became their sanctuary. They'd bundle up in scarves and coats, sipping hot cocoa from thermoses, watching snowflakes dance like confetti from heaven. Alex often reflected on that fateful day, how one small pin had unraveled so much, exposing not just bigotry, but his own capacity for courage. Jordan, with his calloused hands and soulful eyes, had become Alex's compass. Working at the garage, he'd tinker late into nights, dreaming of opening his own shop, one welcoming to all, no judgments attached. We'll call it Hale's Haven, he'd say, grinning as grease smudged his cheek. Alex would wipe it away, their touches lingering, electric even in the chill. But echoes of the past persisted. Letters arrived at the cafe, anonymous scrawls laced with venom, remnants of Buck's influence. One evening, as Alex closed up, a shadow loomed in the doorway. It was Theo, the defector from the Wolves, hat in hand, face etched with remorse. "Kid, Alex, right? I owe you an apology. What we did, it was wrong. Buck pushed us, but I let it happen. Shame on me." Alex paused, the bell tinkling softly behind him. Emotions warred inside. Anger, pity, a flicker of forgiveness. "Why now?" he asked, voice even. Theo shifted, boots scraping the floor. "Saw the rally on the news. You and your guy, standing tall. Made me think about my own boy, back home. Don't want him learning hate from me." He extended a hand, rough but sincere. Alex took it, the grip firm. Apology accepted, but actions speak louder. Theo nodded, leaving with a weight lifted. That encounter stirred something in Alex, a desire to bridge divides, not just survive them. He shared the story with Jordan over dinner, candlelight flickering on their faces. "Maybe change starts with one hand," Alex mused. Jordan pulled him close, lips brushing his temple. "You're changing everything, love." Their nights were filled with passion, bodies entwining like vines, whispers of forever amid the creak of bedsprings. Romance bloomed in stolen moments. A drive-in movie under starry skies, fingers laced during the credits. A hike up the bluffs overlooking the Mississippi, vows renewed with the river's roar as witness. Spring thawed the town, bringing renewal. Alex's support group met in the community center, a ragtag assembly of teens and young adults sharing stories under rainbow banners. One member, a shy girl named Riley with freckles and a stutter, reminded Alex of his younger self. "How'd you do it?" she asked after a session. "Fight back without yelling." Alex smiled, thinking of the video, the silent upload. "By being true to me, and having someone believe in you." Jordan volunteered as a chaperone, his presence a steady rock. Drama resurfaced when Buck returned, slinking into town like a ghost. Rumors swirled. He'd lost his job, his pride shattered. He cornered Jordan at the garage one rainy afternoon. "You think you're better than us?" Buck snarled, fists clenched. Jordan wiped his hands on a rag, calm as a lake. "Never said that. But hurting folks? That's weak." Buck lunged, but Jordan dodged, pinning him against the workbench with mechanic's precision. "Go home, man. Fix yourself first." Buck stormed out, defeated. Word spread, and the town watched as he packed up, leaving Willow Creek behind. In his wake, a fragile peace settled. Summer heat waves brought festivals, the county fair with its Ferris wheels and cotton candy clouds. Alex and Jordan danced under string lights, bodies swaying to country tunes remixed with pop beats. Laughter came easy now, the park's benches their throne. Yet suspense lingered in quiet ways. A news crew from the city wanted Alex's story for a documentary on rural LGBTQ lives. He hesitated, fearing exposure, but Jordan encouraged him. "Your voice could save someone." The interview, filmed in the park, captured Alex's essence. Vulnerable yet victorious, hazel eyes shining with humanistic grace. As filming wrapped, Jordan proposed formally, on one knee by the pond. "Alex Rivera, you fought battles I never could alone. Marry me." Tears blurred Alex's vision as he said yes, the water rippling like applause. Fall painted leaves and fire, and their wedding was intimate. A backyard affair with Maria officiating, friends from the group toasting with sparkling cider. Vows exchanged, in silence and in storm, "I choose you." The meaningful end unfolded not in grand gestures, but in everyday miracles. Willow Creek evolved slowly, pride flags fluttering from porches, the cafe hosting ally trainings. Alex's sketches became murals on town walls. Images of diverse lovers hand in hand, defying shadows. Years later, reflecting in the park with Jordan, now silver threading their hair, Alex whispered, "We left them in shame, but found our light." Jordan kissed him, the world whole. Their life together wove a tapestry of quiet triumphs and tender intimacies. Each thread dyed in the colors of hard-won love. Alex's murals adorned not just Willow Creek, but neighboring towns, his artist's silent sermon on acceptance. Jordan's shop, Hale's Haven, thrived as a hub, mechanics of all stripes welcome, tools shared without prejudice. Evenings found them on the porch swing, rocking gently as fireflies blinked like stars fallen to earth. But the story's drama wasn't over. Life's undercurrents brought new waves. Riley, from the group, faced her own crisis. Outed by a jealous friend at school, taunts echoing Alex's past. She confided in him one stormy night, rain lashing the windows. "I feel so small, Alex. Like they'll never stop." He enveloped her in a hug, Jordan nodding support from the doorway. "You are small, but that's your power." Silent strength turns whispers to roars. They helped her record her truth, post it online, sparking a wave of solidarity. The school board, pressured by viral support, implemented anti-bullying policies. Riley bloomed, her stutter fading in the light of advocacy. Romance deepened with time's gentle hand. Anniversaries marked with road trips, cruising Route 66 remnants, wind in their hair, stopping at diners for pie and stolen kisses. Jordan surprised Alex with a custom motorcycle, sleek and safe, lessons given under golden sunsets. "Ride with me forever," Jordan murmured, engines humming like heartbeats. Suspense crested when old ghosts resurfaced. A letter from Buck arrived at the shop, penitent scrawl admitting therapy, a job in construction far away. "Saw your story on TV. You were right. Shame taught me." Jordan read it aloud, voice thick. "Forgive." Alex pondered, then nodded. "Not for them, for us." Humanistic values shone in their choices, volunteering at shelters, mentoring youth. Alex wrote a book, Silent Rides, A Journey to Pride. Chapters raw with emotion, sales funding scholarships. Jordan illustrated it, his sketches capturing the soul of their tale. Winter again, holidays warm with family. Maria's kids calling them Uncle Alex and Uncle Jordan. Traditions blending old and new. One Christmas Eve, snow blanketing the park, they revisited the bench. "Here it started," Alex said, breath fogging. "And here we stand," Jordan replied, pulling him close. Their kiss melted the cold, a promise eternal. Spring brought renewal, a baby on the way via surrogacy, a child to raise in love's light. The town celebrated, barriers crumbling like old walls. In the end, the gay kids' silent fight echoed far, shaming hate, uplifting hearts. Willow Creek, once shadowed, now glowed with possibility, a testament to love's quiet revolution. As parenthood dawned, Alex and Jordan navigated its joys and trials with the same resilient grace that defined their love. Little Sophia arrived on a blooming May morning, her cries a symphony of new beginnings. With her mother's warm smile and a tuft of dark curls, she wrapped their world in tiny fists. Sleepless nights blurred into days of wonder, Jordan cradling her during oil changes, Alex reading stories of brave heroes under nursery mobiles. The park remained sacred, picnics under oaks where Sophia toddled, chasing butterflies. Alex watched her, heart swelling. This innocence, unmarred by the world's cruelties, was his greatest victory. Yet drama whispered. Town politics stirred when conservative council members pushed to ban pride events. Family values, they claimed, eyes avoiding Alex's. He rallied the group, voices uniting in town hall. Jordan stood sentinel, his testimony simple. "Love built this town. Don't tear it down." The vote swung narrow, pride preserved. Suspense peaked as opponents grumbled threats, but community bonds held firm. Romance evolved. Deeper now, stolen moments amid diapers, date nights at the fair. Jordan's whispers in the dark, "You're my anchor, always." Alex's replies, fervent kisses affirming their flame. Humanism pulsed through actions. Sophia's first park visit, teaching tolerance play by play. When a neighbor's kid mocked her rainbow toy, Alex knelt gently. "Colors make the world pretty. Like you." The child nodded. Lesson learned. Years flowed like the river. Sophia's school plays, Jordan's shop expansions, Alex's art exhibits. A documentary premiered, their story inspiring nationwide. Buck even attended a viewing, anonymous in the crowd, nodding silent thanks. Suspense resolved in quiet ways. A bully reformed through mentorship, barriers fading. The meaningful arc closed as Sophia, at 10, asked about the pen. "It means I'm me," Alex said, and loved for it. Jordan smiled, family complete. In the park's embrace, shame long banished, they thrived, love's legacy eternal. Decades painted their hair silver, lines etching stories of endurance and joy. Sophia grew into a fierce advocate, her college thesis on LGBTQ rights quoting Alex's book. Willow Creek transformed, a pride parade winding through streets, murals vibrant testaments. Drama's final notes played softly, health scares weathered together, Jordan's steady hand in Alex's during hospital vigils. "We fought worse," he'd quip, eyes twinkling. Romance, undimmed, in twilight walks, hands clasped as always. Silent still, Jordan teased, but loud in love. The end meaningful, grandchildren playing in the park, tales of Grandpa's courage spun like fairy tales. As Alex and Jordan sat on that bench, sunset gilding the world, Alex whispered, "We left shame behind and found grace." Jordan kissed him, eternal. In America's heartland, their silent fight echoed, proof that one spark ignites worlds.